Dead?
Well, I don't blame them, Harold. It's embarrassing, you know, to look like you don't know where you're going. You don't want people thinking you're an idiot.
Especially when they're right.
Well, the good thing was he could drive pretty much non-stop, you know, because with his wife yelling at him like that, he didn't have to worry about falling asleep at the wheel.
Oh, his poor wife. That makes for a long time when you're sitting beside somebody going, I know what I'm doing, without any proof.
Yeah, it's like having you as a producer-director. So the one time they pulled over for gas, she went in, bought a camera so she could take pictures that they could use at a divorce trial. But by the time they got home, of course, all is forgiven. Now they've invited a whole bunch of us to come over to their place and see their pictures.
Oh, well, okay, I got so much to do, I can't go. You know, I got to clean my glasses, floss my teeth, you know.
Well, that's great, because if you're not going, I'll be able to go.
Oh, okay. Make sure you get directions before you leave. It's really hard to do the show from Mexico.
You're watching The Red Green Show. One man's junk is another man's treasure.
Well, if you're asked on a picnic and you can't refuse, be extra careful in the sandwich you choose. Ham is okay, unless it's green and wet. Egg is dicey and sardine is a threat. If you're in doubt, don't take a chance. Only eat the food that's covered with ants. If there aren't any on it, that's an important clue, because if the bugs won't eat it, then neither should you. Today on Meet Your Member, we're talking to Winston Rothschild, who is CEO, COO, and C3PO of Rothschild Sewage and Septic Sucking Services. Winston, maybe you could tell our viewers how you got to where you are, wherever that might be.
Well, yeah, thanks, Red. I'm from about 70 miles from here, a small little village. Didn't have a name, I couldn't afford one.
Really? And, of course, I guess your dad was in the sewage business before you...
No, Dad was in the railroad there for most of his life, eh? He spent the early years as a coal man.
Oh, yeah.
And then he, I don't know what happened. 3 or 4 years later, they went to diesel electric, eh? And so he'd just go into work and fall asleep in the boxcar, you know.
That would be a fascinating job, I would think.
And then, after 30 years, the railroad fired him, eh? Just like that, like he was nothing.
I guess it'd be hard for him to find another job that he was, kind of suited for.
You got that right, eh? And even after the $500,000 wrongful dismissal settlement, eh? He was good. Yeah, I'll never forget that very day he come home and he said, Winston, 3 things. Number 1, start your own business. Number 2, be your own boss. Number 3, get off the couch. I got to take a nap.
Well, Winston, I'll tell you, you've done well for yourself. I mean, around here, your name is synonymous with sewage. And I'll tell you, you have never experienced full-blown terminal boredom until you sit through those holiday pictures taken by Buster Hatfield, or as we call him, the accidental tourist. But I'll tell you, even if you got great pictures, like my slides, you still can't get people to come over to your house and look at them. So that's why this week on Handyman Corner, I thought I'd show you how to make a portable projection system. And I'm not just talking about a slide projector on wheels. I'm talking about this. Your very own drive-away, drive-in theater. The drive-ins are fun and they're romantic, especially the back seat. Now your guests are going to sit in here just like they do at a drive-in. But with our unit, the screen is much more interactive. Because what we're going to do is just pop the hood up like this. We'll mount the screen on the inside, and the screen's right there in their face. Open this up. Oh. All right. Okay, well, this hood opens the wrong way. Nice work, Harold. Don't worry about it. I'll just take her off, and we'll mount her properly. Now, when you remount that, you could weld on the old hinges, or you could bolt on new hinges, or you could use what I use, the handyman's secret weapon, duct tape. Alrighty, now she opens the right way. Thank you just the same, Harold. And prop that up in there, and now what we need is something to use as a screen. I'm thinking something clean and white, maybe one of the lodge sheets. little cleaner and whiter than that. I got an idea. Door off a fridge. We'll use that side there. You know, they say you're supposed to take the door off a fridge before you throw it out anyway. And we'll have to throw that one out now for sure. Okay, so we got our screen mounted inside the hood there, and I've run the power supply back from the battery, courtesy of a couple of sets of jumper cables. Use as many as you like. And they're going to power the slide projector here, which I'm going to throw in up onto the back shelf of the car, which is not really good for anything anyhow. Hope it goes up. There we go. Now, to power the whole unit up, all we have to do is start the car. Oh, boy, that's bright, isn't it? Wow. Enjoyable, too. So we've left out the one thing that teenagers enjoy doing most at a drive-in, eating popcorn. So all we got to do is take the lid off our jar of popcorn here and turn her upside down over that hole making all the noise in the exhaust manifold. There we go. Now the heat of the engine will pop the popcorn. There we go. And she comes out back here. Of course, what you want to do is to attach a piece of flexible piping so you can channel that popcorn up into some kind of a container. Like that. And you can have your various other treats in here, your chocolate bars, your drinks, your what have you. And there you have your very own portable drive-in theater with all the accoutrements. So remember, women don't find you handsome. They should at least find you handy. Let's get back to our slideshow. Oh boy, you're going to love this. All right, now, that's a little out of focus, I know, but see that guy there? Forget his name. He was funny. Oh, yeah, this is a picture of his wife. Oh, no, that's the Rockies. Stay tuned. Harold's going to call for my high inside heat, and I'm going to talk to you teenagers about those darn bicycles of yours. I see a lot of you teenagers are riding bicycles out there, and I know that's good for the environment and everything, but what a pain. You're right in the middle of the lane and come around corners just like you were a vehicle or something, and you're practically invisible, you know. What do you weigh, 60 pounds? And you wear one of them spandex suits, wraps your body so tight you look like a roll bar. You're risking your lives out there. Because if we get into a misunderstanding as to who has the right of way, I'm in a van, you're in a helmet, you lose. Now, I don't want to make judgments about how you teenagers want to kill yourselves, but I would suggest that you either grow up and get a car or ride on the sidewalk. But not my sidewalk. That's where I parked the van. Well, you should have seen Buster Hadfield's pictures from his trip. Unbelievable. All taken from inside the car. Mostly shots of the rearview mirror. Except for the California ones. They were all sun visor shots.
Well, maybe the camera was too complicated for him.
Oh, you got that right, Harold. He had 60 pictures of the inside of the lens cap. All of them out of focus. And the rest of the pictures are either overexposed, underexposed, or boring. I'll tell you, if it wasn't for the pimento and onion cheese dip, none of us would have stayed.
Well, that's too bad, you know, because pictures are expensive. I remember I paid $12 for my school portrait. When I got it back, you should have seen it. I looked like a geek.
You're kidding me.
No, seriously. Must have got my bad side, too.
Yeah, you're front. And I'll tell you, Buster has really lost his mind, Harold. Get this. He says he can get all the money back that he spent on the pictures by taking silver out of the negatives. Silver, Harold, like there's silver in film negatives.
Well, there is.
Huh?
Well, in old film, anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's the silver that actually forms the picture.
What are you talking about, Harold?
Well, in photographic film, until recently, they're used like forms of silver to take the picture. It's called silver halides.
Oh, well, silver halides. Yeah, I know the silver. Oh, my God. He said silver. That's all I'm questioning. You know, the silver.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, okay, all right. But he says he can get the silver out of the silver halides. Like, good luck, Buster.
Well, you know, if he uses the right emulsion.
Well, I don't think he's got the emulsion. See, okay, where did you get to be such a genius?
Well, I'm not.
Well, you're smarter than I am.
Oh, yeah, okay, you know, I'm a genius to you.
Wink.
Winston Rothschild here for Rothschild Sewage and Septic Sucking Services, where our motto is, waste not, pump not. 1-800-555-SUCK.
We're out here by the main highway at Humphrey's Everything Store with the man who knows the value of everything, Dalton Humphreys. Hello, Dalton. How you doing?
Yeah, Red, I'm just having a chuckle at somebody else's expense.
Oh, yeah, with that silver cup there, eh?
No, this isn't silver. No, this is polished aluminum. It doesn't have the weight of silver.
Oh, so that's pretty much worthless, I guess.
Well, to you maybe, but look, I'm going to give it some character here. There, that's better. I'll just engrave baby on it or something, and maybe the date 1802, and I'll sell it for $400 to some sucker.
That's very commendable. Dalton, did you know we got a project going where we're taking silver out of film negatives?
Oh, yeah, you know, there's a better way to do it than that. Shouldn't be telling trade secrets here, but take a look at this plate here.
Yeah?
You see right around the edge there's a little beading of silver someone's painted on there?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's silver. It's real silver. Isn't that something?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, you know, I got 400 of these plates. I got them when a hotel went out of business, or maybe it was an asylum or something. Anyway, I'm going to sit down with a putty knife for 2 or 3 weeks,
Yeah.
chisel all that silver off the edge. And when I'm finished, I'm going to have a whole bag full of silver. A whole bag full.
Oh, boy.
You know what I noticed, Uncle Red? When guys take their dates out, you know, to plays and restaurants and movies and stuff, but after they get married, they hardly ever go out anymore.
Well, no, that's one of the main reasons for getting married, Harold.
Well, if I get married, I'm going to take my wife out on dates all the time, just to show her that I love her.
I think it looked more like gratitude than love, Harold. Just because a couple don't go out together anymore doesn't mean they don't love each other. They just get busy, that's all.
Busy? What could be more important than spending time with your sweetheart?
Well, the priorities of daily living, Harold. Bills to pay, maybe overtime at the office, work around the house, perhaps a sporting event on television, that kind of thing.
Well, I just happen to think that married spouses take each other for granted.
Well, Harold, you know, when you spend a lot of time with somebody, it doesn't necessarily make you eager to spend more time with them. You and I have proven that.
No, that's different. We're like, you know, guys. Whereas a guy and a girl are like, you know.
Yeah, well, there's something else you should know, Harold. After you get married, 99% of the time, sleeping together means sleeping together.
No way. I'd never be that tired.
Well, maybe not, but every girl within 100 miles of you will be that tired, believe me.
No problem, I'll move.
Well, Harold and I had a big day of relaxing planned, but Bill had asked us to come out and take part in America's favorite pastime, which I was disappointed to see was baseball. So anyway, he had all the gear there, and he wanted me to go out and pitch the ball. Why he handed me a batting helmet, I couldn't understand.